following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
I don't know why you'd want to attack poor little me, she said, looking straight at her metal hand.
I don't know where he would get the idea, is the thing.
We did have a big argument with a guy outside the front gate who said I was a demon thing. And then I sucked him into a black hole in front of everybody. Anyway,
I'll be on the lookout for ninjas then.
How do you keep a lookout for ninjas? It's not like you can just go into...
Sorry?
Sorry, you started saying a thing.
35 on a perception check.
You don't see any ninjas, you think.
Good, that means there are no ninjas.
Or does it mean that there are every ninjas?
Yeah. I'm going to, make these checks regularly, by the way.
Okay.
Well, now I'm on
Thomas
the lookout
Drake's
for ninjas.
paranoid ninja checks. What's that?
Yeah.
The ninja?
It makes sense.
I guess it does. Strictly speaking, if they're Chinese, they won't be ninjas. But it's a good, by term for the thing.
Fucking weeaboos.
Oh, speaking of which, I guess I better make this roll. Well, where are we going first, Sherlock?
Well, we'll head to the quartermaster, see if any keys have gone missing.
Okay. You know, I think I heard Skimwalker once say that if you wanted the key, you asked the spirits. And the spirits would ask the mountain. If the mountain was in a good mood, then it would put the key in the river. And the river would polish it until it was all shiny and clean, and then the people would take the key out of the river and make it into whatever they wanted.
Are you saying that you have the keys?
Jingle, jingle. I already went. I said you sent me.
I see.
I realized that was a lie, but you probably would have.
Yeah.
After all, you were busy.
So, there have been keys going missing then?
As far as I can tell, there's one key issued per god pair for every clinic. Meaning there are a total of 6 keys issued, plus a 7th that's locked up in that building over there, and the only person who has the key to where they're locked up is the quartermaster.
Yes.
Now, all of the keys are checked in and out at the end of every shift, meaning they don't walk around with them during the day.
Yeah?
I got a sample set so that for example, this is all the Houston keys, jingle jingle.
Right.
And I checked them to see if I could see any evidence of key duplication, like residual wax or graphite marks, that sort of thing. And I didn't find anything. I realize it was a bit of a long shot, but...
I do wonder if the best bet is just to check at night.
Maybe. I mean, I suppose I could do that for you.
Maybe do it for me. I could come as well.
Well, yeah, but, you know, if you had something else you wanted to do, then you could.
Right. Well, this seems to be top priority right now. Which means we have nothing but free time until the evening.
into the lab then, I guess.
Yeah. He's not being busy.
At that point, a junior officer will come up and be like, Thomas Drake,
That's me.
Major Dozovic wants to see you in the courtyard.
Sure. Where do we Major Dose?
Okay. Drake. We have a problem. Figure you're the smartest head on a nerd shoulders we can find around here. Meaning you don't waste a bunch of time like those other scientists. Seem to...
I try.
Yeah. So... the orders come down that we're to investigate and impound the Pterodino facilities for what they've done. Apparently the United States Army Special Weapons Project has eminent domained up their materials here for the temerity of their crimes.
Yep.
We need someone who actually might have a chance of understanding what any of this is to go in and make sure it doesn't science in our face while we pack it up. And we need to know how to label it and where to send it, basically. Would you be interested in assisting us in this matter?
Yeah, of course.
Don't feel the need to do it just because it's been dropped in front of your face like a quest hook. You can say no.
I was gonna do, like, lab work that day, it's fine.
Okay, yeah, I mean, fuck the sick people. No, although I do suppose from a meta standpoint you do know that no matter the amount of work you put in will actually speed or decelerate the process on that at all. God, that must be nice. I'm always afraid to not do something with Logain because any time I don't spend on a project means that I won't have it when I need it.
Yeah, that's
And
fair.
just constantly feel the pressure to be constantly working on that stuff. I never get to do any of the things I actually want to do. But hey, we've got nice stuff as a result, so I guess you can't complain, right?
Nice stuff is nice.
I mean, I wish I had some of it, but I've got the minigun, but it's a piece of shit, really.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to be, though. It's supposed to be like phase 1. Right. You'll be escorted down to 15, which is the Pterodino building. There's a couple of heavily armed soldiers on the door.
Oh, does River come with me, or does she want to?
Do you want her to come with you?
I would ask her what she wants to do.
If you want me to come, I will. I don't have anything else to do though.
River, I don't want to force you to go somewhere that makes you uncomfortable. If you don't want to come, I'm not going to hold it against you.
No. I'll come. I'm good. I've got this. I'm not.
Okay. But if you start to second guess that decision, just let us know, okay?
Of course.
Okay. Well, bring her with me.
Okay. Eventually you will
U.S.
arrive.
military property in one place. Yep.
Go inside. There's like papers all over the floor and that. Like there's just soldiers like stuffing filing cabinet folders into like shipping containers.
Yep. Is the door still broken? Did they fix it?
No. No. They have not.
Yeah.
In fact, the actual door itself seems to have been taken off its hinges.
I see.
Major's like, little girl, some of this is, there's some pretty disturbing stuff down there. You might want to stay up here where it's, we won't have to see some of the shocking shit that they got going on down there. She's like, I'm sure I'll be fine, Major. I can always just come back up if I feel distressed. Well, okay, if you're sure. He'll give you the look of like, is this okay?
I mean, like sort of like a nod.
Or like the side head tilt with like sort of the forward nod. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know the one. Okay then, you two can proceed into the secret areas.
Well, I did pretty much sprint through it last time. Well, they just want me to go through the rooms one by one? Or do they have places they want me to go first?
I was going to leave that up to you as the player to do
Okay.
it how you wanted to do it.
I'll talk. Is there anything high priority you need to get done first, or should I just go through all the rooms individually?
We're pretty much confused by everything that's going on downstairs, and we're afraid that it's gonna like wake up and attack us or blow up or whatever the hell else these science bastards have scienced together with their stupid nerd minds. Pardon your exception.
I'll start from the bottom then.
That's good because it is really only the bottom floor that they want you to look at. Like the top floor just has dead bodies and other untasteful things in it. They know what to do with that. Yeah. So where are you going first? There are basically 4 rooms that really have anything that isn't. It's very straightforward.
So what, like room 4 was the room River was in, room 3
No,
was
she
the
was
Krell
in room
robot.
3.
Ah, okay.
Room 2
there
had
was
the
the-
Krell robot things in
yep.
it. And room 1 was the one where there was like a bunch of bodies laid out that you only just saw briefly. You
Yeah.
sprinted past. You never got to 4.
Go through. Yeah, I'll do room 1 first.
Okay. So there are a number of what you presume to be Chinese people. I mean, you don't want to presume their race or anything based on known characteristics. That would be wrong of you to use known characteristics that are shared by a group of racially heterogeneous people.
Yeah. Using heuristics in everyday parlance, just not okay.
No, you're not allowed to use that pattern matching engine that is what your brain is designed to do the thing it was designed to do. You got to override it all for a small percentage of people's fifis and a larger percentage of people's need to feel like big heroes.
Yep.
Shit, did I just unpack the entirety of what's wrong with the modern world? Oh wait, I'll add Muslims. There, done. Cynicism not detected.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Okay, you go in there.
There's a lot of.
There's a soldier on the door
Chinese.
who just looks real kind of pale, and he looks at you, and he looks at River, and he's like, and he just like puts his hand out in front of her. He's like, I'm not sure you want to take the girl in there. She's like, why? Because I'm a girl? He's like, no, because you were rescued from here. Not in there. God, it's gonna be like this, isn't it? I'm okay. I swear, officer. It's Corporal, actually. I'm sorry, Sergeant. But I'm okay. I've seen dead bodies before. He's like, if you're sure. All right. He'll let you in.
Yep.
There are 8. There is 1 human body.
Okay.
And there are 8 black oil slick reflective metal bodies.
Oh, no. Yep.
The furthest one away is a complete metal body, but they get progressively less consumed as you go on.
Right.
It looks like they've been grafting parts onto people. And River's like, oh look, it's me. I'm guessing they grafted parts on and they couldn't handle it, so it spread. And then they had to kill the robots to stop them from using their new bodies. I understand why they didn't want me to come in here now.
You doing okay?
I feel really bad for these people. They would have had no real way of knowing what was happening. They probably died afraid, feeling themselves being ripped apart.
And then Pterodino did the experiment 7 more times.
Yeah.
Is there any like documentation or?
Yeah, there is. Apparently, this experiment is based on the recent surfacing of an American girl who has apparently had a successful Krell robot hand grafted onto her body, presumably by military scientists. Therefore implying that this is a very possible thing. Now, first of all, we just did a graft to see what would happen under natural circumstances, and it went about like we expected. Then we did a second test to make sure that that wasn't just a fluke. Then we did a third test, but this time we installed parts of the machine on the inside that wasn't the hand, assuming that like organ replacement might be a viable alternative, but that didn't go well. It gets like by the time they get to the 8th one, it's like they know it's not going to work, but they're doing it anyway to see, to gauge the spread and the reaction. And they deliberately gave these people drugs to keep them conscious, awake, and aware, so that they could gauge the trauma of it.
Well, this is about what I was expecting, honestly.
This is worse than I was expecting. I knew it wasn't going to work, but they did it anyway. I know what it feels like to feel like you're being consumed by it. I feel bad for these men. I wonder what they were told.
Considering how little they want for anything here, they were probably given a very small amount of money.
I suppose we better box it up with the army. Maybe this will keep... I'm sure they'll know what to do with them.
The other question is like, is any of this, so like, it's all that inert, right? Like, there's no...
Oh, you want River to do a check?
River...
I understand. Hang on. She'll, like, mush her hand into each one. Like, they'll meld together. It looks kind of disturbing. Like it's like liquid pooling into each other, but it's like solid metal, what it seems to be.
Yeah.
And she'll just go like each one each time, and she just gets progressively sadder looking. And at the end, she's just like, no, there's no life there. The scientists basically they know how to destroy the rudimentary Krell intelligence. I could probably do something with the bodies, but there's no life there. They're inert. It's broadly speaking safe. I don't see any way of reactivating them, if that's what you're asking.
Well, I was worried about reactivating or some reaction on the transport away from here.
It's not likely.
But if you say it's safe,
I'm not saying it's safe, but I don't think anything can happen to it without it being intended to.
You're more the expert here than I am.
The metal has a complete record of all of their memories and feelings. As it remapped their brain, it copied it like it did with me.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
I'll sort of like put my arm around her.
She'll let you for a bit, and then she'll be like, anyway, we should probably go through the notes and separate them out and figure out where to send them.
Yeah, I've gone through them. We'll go through all the rooms and then we'll talk to the military again. Figure it all
feel like
Room number 2.
room number 2. Oh, yep. There's the Krell machines hanging up on the. They're largely disassembled. You presume you know where some of the missing bits went.
Yeah.
These machines look like they've been battle damaged because you can see like explosion bits in them, like wreckages that have been scavenged up. There's also a property tracing tag. Like,
Yeah.
you know, this was turned over to Pterodino Research by the army.
Yeah. I don't know if River will check, but like Drake has the same like look on his face that you would have, like the same like sort of look of disgust and grief you would have if you walked into a room full of dead people. That's like just with these robots as well.
She apparently does notice, unless you're trying to hide it, which you said you weren't.
No.
So.
He's
She's
not,
like,
yeah.
she's like, Grell robots don't have a life. Don't necessarily need to feel bad for them, although I suspect I know where some of their bits went.
Yeah.
They're only aware enough, like a computer, to make decisions within the parameters of its instructions. They weren't alive. They weren't alive. Although she seems to also have the same expression.
You know, there are things in the natural world that they don't make decisions for themselves and just follow a higher authority as well. That doesn't mean they aren't alive.
It's important to realize that they're not the same as this. Not the same at all. They're literally machines. Although I suppose Xander tells me computers can be a living thing, potentially.
Yeah.
But these aren't it. I have it on good authority anyway. I'm a unique case.
There's nothing
Anyway.
wrong with being one of one.
One is the loneliest number you could ever do.
Oh, there's 11. That's literally 2 ones.
Good. Anyway, I guess I should check these.
Yeah, I'll see if I can dig up the paperwork.
Yeah, okay. So these were turned over by the Army for research. The paperwork is accessible, you can find it. These guys are brilliant scientific note takers. Very clear, very concise, executive summaries, the whole 9 yards. Because
It's like the kind of notes Drake would take, right? Like it's just very clinical. Yeah.
yeah, very easy to get to the information you want. They have determined that Krell battle steel, as it is colloquially known, is a nanometallical structure capable of reshaping itself. It is not electronic. It uses almost conduit-like pathways. It is capable of reshaping on demand. This gives them abilities to reform themselves, repair damage. As a distributed networking computer, they don't have a centralized area you can shoot to take out, so critical hits are not a thing you can do.
Yep.
With anything that isn't an N2 mine.
I don't think an N2 mine needs to critical hit.
An N2 mine is inherently a critical.
Yikes.
It doesn't do anything that isn't a critical.
To anything.
Yeah, that's why players can't have them. Also because it's like, I think you've destroyed my world enough, Power Core. Do hero things first, and then we'll talk. Don't look in the basement. They have established that if properly harnessed and controlled, they would be an excellent source of computing power because they can reconfigure themselves to more efficiently perform the functions that they need. Decision-making squad leader ones have additional pathways designed to analyze and compute the telemetry from other units in addition to their own, and work more as a 3D space computing agent than the other ones that are more of a two-dimensional space vector analysis program. This makes them a versatile fighting force that can reconfigure itself at need. It also allows them to perform incredible feats and functions. They have the ability to shoot lasers out of places they would not normally be able to shoot lasers because they can rebuild themselves. Each individual Krell robot isn't very smart, but they inherently network with each other and get cleverer the more of them there are around. If you can isolate this networking capability, mopping them up will actually be fairly easy, but they're very adaptable.
Right. So
it also mentions that, like, okay, so that we've taken bits out of these, functioning Krell battle robots, and have implanted them onto people. This is
With
100% fatal. Not mixed success. It has been 100% fatal.
Yep.
They have also learned from this that Krell Battle Steel is able to dissolve other matter and rebuild matter molecule by molecule. This has disturbing implications for a potential Grey Goose scenario if the Krell were to ever land on Earth and implement such a strategy.
Yep.
It also notes that these robots are all semi-active. And then River goes, and then pulls her hand right back out. Yeah, these are on. These are on. Drake, Thomas, Mr. Drake, they're on.
Yeah, that's what the note says.
But they're not moving, Thomas.
They're isolated from the network.
That doesn't matter, Thomas.
Why aren't they moving?
I don't know. I mean, I could find out. Ah, fuck it.
Oh.
She pulls her hand out. They're in shutdown mode. The best way I can explain it is that they've been rendered non-functional in combat, and therefore have gone into sort of like a passive mode, waiting for their parts to be collected and reintegrated into a fully functional model. There's not enough of them to be combat effective according to their parameters. They're effectively safe so long as we don't pack them together so that they can integrate into a bigger whole. There's not enough of each one to be to trigger a wake process. I wonder if the army knows about that. We should probably make a note of it.
Yes. We'll let them know. How are you feeling?
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like maybe I want to smuggle a few of these parts so that my brother can continue practicing. Although I'm not sure giving him a live model would be a good idea.
Probably not.
And I'm a little worried that he's been taken by King Kamehameha and there's nothing I can do about it.
I think that one he'll be able to handle on his own.
Yeah. I mean, let's only hope that King Kamehameha is known for his high-tech security cells with many computers. Although there is some technology there, he does have a flying surfboard.
Maybe that's how Xander can beat him. Wire is surfboard.
Well, let's not forget the others will be there too.
Exactly.
Why am I still worried? Anyway, my petty concerns are not time for now. Make a note that these will have to be packed up in separate containers.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being worried about the people you care about, but be worried is a natural splash of a living person.
I guess. Right.
Do this one by myself if you like.
No, I'm good. You can depend on me. I'm not going to collapse under stress or anything.
There's nothing wrong with not connecting Clint to this room.
It's just a room. It can't hurt me. The thing that did is gone.
He is.